When I first moved into the neighborhood, the one thing that drew me in was the lake. It was peaceful, stocked with fish and open to everyone. Fishing had always been my way to relax after a long day, so naturally I spent most weekends sitting by the water with my rod. That didn't sit well with the HOA. They claimed I was overfishing, and one morning I opened my mailbox to find an $800 fine. I laughed at first, thinking it had to be a mistake. But the letter was real, signed by the HOA board, with threats of more penalties if I didn't pay. When I confronted them at the next meeting, I explained calmly that I wasn't breaking any laws. I had a state fishing license, and the lake wasn't even under their jurisdiction. Instead of admitting they were wrong, they doubled down. A week later, while I was casting my line, HOA Karen herself stormed up with her clipboard and phone in hand. She shouted that I was trespassing, even though the lake was open access, then called 911 right in front of me. Minutes later, police officers arrived. They looked at her, then at me, and I calmly showed my license and explained the situation. The officers shook their heads. No crime had been committed. They left Karen fuming on the dock, embarrassed but not finished. That night, I made a decision. If the HOA wanted to play games with the lake, I'd end it once and for all. I did some digging and discovered the lake wasn't HOA property. It was owned by a private company willing to sell. Without hesitation, I made an offer. Weeks later, the deed was in my name. The look on Karen's face when I posted signs around the water reading, "Private Lake, no HOA access," was priceless. Neighbors cheered, and the HOA board fell silent. Now I fish whenever I want, and no one dares try to find me again. Karen tried to argue that the lake belonged to the community, but legal records shut her down. In the end, her $800 fine backfired, because instead of losing money, I gained an entire lake. And the best part? The HOA can only watch from behind their fences while I enjoy every cast.